going to use the same department and departments table. Go to the sources, and we have the department table already here. Let's bring in the departments table as well as the source. Let's move over here. Sources, import from database, connect to the HR schema. Yeah, so it is connected now. Tables, departments table. So we already have the department table. Let's take the departments table as well. Click OK. It said the table already exists, so let me add a replace. Yeah, save. The table is being imported. Yes. Now we have the sources ready. We need the target, so let's create the new target table. Because we need the target table with all the columns, so I'm going to create a new target table. Let's move on to the SQL developer. So we need the tables with these columns. Let me go over here, add a create table syntax, create table dpt underscore tgt target. So I'm creating the table name. So the table column information is department underscore id, which is number of 3, and then department name. So I mention as dpt underscore name. So let me mention as this one, and then location. Let's have the other column table name. So let's make it as copy and paste it. Let's make it as same column dpt number, and let us put it as table B, and this one is table A. Department ID, from table A, table B. This is from department name from table A, location from table B. So I'm taking a department table as table B, and this one as table A. So now let us create on pkey on department ID. So let this be. Okay, so I don't want to create a department primary key. Let's do it without a primary key. I'm creating the 4 columns. We can add columns if required in future. Yeah, table created. Now let us select this table. Select start from department target. Yeah, so currently we have 4 columns, same as we see in here. Let us compare the results. That's the reason I created with the same column information. Let's go to the designer. Let's go to the target, and then let's import the target database, target table which we created. Import from database, connect to HR schema, click on connect, and the table would have created department target. Let's go to HR, tables, dpt target. Yeah, yes. Now save. Let's go and create a mapping now. So go create m underscore. We are going to do a joiner. So join dpt table, join department table. That's my mapping name. So mapping is created. Let's pull the sources. Let's go here, Oracle source, dpt is the source, department is the other source. So I have pulled in 2 sources. So here I am showing the example of using tables from the same source, Oracle source, but two different tables. You can also try using a flat file with a table, or two different flat files, or with a thing, or tables from different relational databases. Let's pull the target. My target is department target table. Now let's go to the transformation, create. We are going to use a joiner. Let's go to the joiner transformation. Joiner, it's one of the important transformation in Informatica. Joiner, DPT. So let's pull this information. So right click, select all. So once you pull this information, you can notice something. See, whichever you're pulling first, it shows a detail. By default, text detail. Or let me do one thing. If you try and remove this option, let me remove the ports. You can also remove the ports like this. Click apply. Yes. Okay. And then disconnector. Let's try pulling it from here. Let's see what it's showing. See, so when I try to pull whichever the table is being pulled in first, or which columns from whichever table is pulled in first, that becomes the detail, and whatever the data that you are pulling in second time, that becomes the master. This is one of the important thing that you need to understand. See, it becomes master. So, or vice versa, if I would pull this one first, this would have become detail and this would have become master. So now you know that DPT table becomes a master table and this becomes a detail table. So based on that, results will be changing. Let's go here. Now we have all the column informations, and let's go to the properties. So once you go to the properties, under join tab, you can see normal join. So this is nothing but EQ join. Here we can leave it as such, and we can make sure that it comes with a default value. So you know that normal join, what will be the result of a normal join? Normal join is nothing but A equals to department ID equals to department number. So all the records of 10 to 20 should come in. Let's go and do a query. So only matching records from table A versus table B. So let's pull in the results. So here one more thing you need to take into account is, let's bring in the expression transformation, and then whichever is having the results you can pull in, or directly, since we are trying to match all the records, you know that the records is going to come from any of the table. Okay, department ID to department name from this table, department number and location. I'm just joining these records. See, table is invalid, so some data type mismatch is there. So you can see that this would have become invalid here because something is mismatching. So we need to check what is the issue. So it's string of 12 and string of 13 and its number of, yeah. So I'm trying to connect a decimal of 2 to number of 3. Department number is decimal over here and it is going as number of 3. That is an issue. So we need to fix it. Suppose if I remove this one and save it, still it is showing invalid. So that is not neither. String of 20, decimal of 2, another issue here. Let's save it here. Let us see what is the mismatch. Why it is throwing an error. Join a department as empty condition. Okay, I think this is not a data type issue. Let us connect it. Department number. Join condition is not mentioned. Yeah, so we have to go here. You have to mention the condition. So by default, it takes department number equals to department ID. So since the condition was empty, it was throwing the error. You can see that. Now, yeah, now it is valid. Now we have created a joiner transformation with a normal join. Arrange all iconic. So source from department table, source from department, a joiner and a target. Let's go and create a workflow. Create wf underscore jnr underscore dpt table. Click OK. Yeah, now go to the session, create session. It will ask for the table. It's a joiner table, so joiner department table. So the session is created. Now link the start task with the session. Yeah, go here. The third step would be, I said, enable in case of any failure. So have this option enable, failed parent if the task fails, failed parent even if the task does not run. So go to mapping, make sure you configure the source and target connections. So department Oracle source, department Oracle source, department Oracle source. Let's go here and configure the source name. Source schema name is HR, table name is departments. Go to department, same HR DEPT. So you know the department target name is, change it to normal. It's going to be an insert first time, so I'm going to give an insert and delete. Let's remove the limit and truncate and load, because every time when I run I want to wipe the data in the target table and load it again. And table name schema is HR, table name is DPT underscore TGT. Yeah. So under joiner, I have given department number equal to department ID. This is one of the important things that you have to mention. Condition. So you have seen that there was a the mapping become invalid when we don't mention the condition. So it is mandatory to mention the condition. If there are multiple ports, then you can add multiple conditions as well. The join type is normal join. So when I drag down, you can see the types of join over here. And then the another thing here is if performance. So this is one of the common questions that will be asked in case of interview. So what are the challenges that you faced in case of performance and how you fixed? So in that case you can start explaining about the joiner transformation, because in joiner transformations you will be facing a lot of performance issues. So you can handle the performance issues by passing sorted input. Currently the data is not sorted. Assume if the source is containing 1 million record from table A and 2 million records from table B, so it has to sort and then it has to do the join condition. So instead we can have a sorted transformation before the joiner and then make sure that the records are passed as sorted inputs from both table A and table B. That will avoid again sorting time, and the performance will be much better when you pass sorted input. Only when you pass the sorted input you can checkbox this, otherwise it will not do any sorting, so it will result in errors, or I would say that it will not fail the mapping, but it will not give you the exact results. There is a chances of getting a Cartesian product, so it's always check in only when you use a sorted transformation. So now the workflow is valid. So come, let's go and execute the workflow. So we are expecting 4 records currently in the target table. Let's go to the monitor. Yeah, it started running. Let's go to the properties. Yeah, let's wait for the results. So currently you know that the department target table is empty. Let's go to the department target table. Yeah, it is empty. Let's wait for this job to complete. Yeah, so now it started passing the records. You can see that department table has brought these 6 records from the table and 27 records from the department table. As I said before, the join condition resulted in 4 records. Now if you go to the target table, you can able to see the 4 records. Let's go to the department table. Yeah, now we can see these 4 records. This is a result set of what we have seen over here. So if you run the same query over here, this query will result you this is a inner join or a normal join. So this is what we expected as part of this join type. So here you can see the same result set. Yeah, and the target table here given the same result. Yeah, so now we can see the results. So this is the normal join.